You could be the best HR multinational director in the US and Europe, even in Ivory Coast, and come here and you don't succeed. I am Danielle for Djoumessi, and I am an experienced HR professional, accumulating 10 years of work experience, 5 of which belong to human resources. So I transited from business development and sales into HR about 5 years ago, when I understood that apart from the material resources, financial resources, there's the human resources that matter in every company and organization that need to be the first and foremost and capital resource that needs attention. So I transitioned into HR as someone who came with a solution for the human capital of every organization. So what does it take to be a good HR in Cameroon today? First, you need to take into consideration the context. The Cameroonian context is different from the global context. So if you could be the best HR multinational director in the US and Europe, even in Ivory Coast, and come here and you don't succeed because the bled has an entirely different reality. So to be a good HR, you need to take into consideration our culture. For example, some women who decide to go to the village to get themselves treated for a disease, which hospitals will insist they have a solution for. And let me tell you, she's going to go to the village and come back well. So we take into consideration realities like that. We are more flexible when it comes to our cultures to be able to respond better to the needs of every employee. So yeah, today, in order to be a good HR, you need to take into consideration our cultures and cultural diversities and our reality as Cameroonians. Is there any topic in HR that we don't talk about enough in HR in Cameroon? Actually, there are so many of them, but I'll focus on one today. We don't talk enough about the fact that we are working with laws that are obsolete. We still have laws from President Amadou Ahijo's time. We still have laws that were signed by the Prime Minister Achidi Achu, which are still being used effectively today. I'll give an example. Today, for paternity leave, a man has the right to 3 days for paternity leave. If we take into consideration historically, maybe 3 days was enough. But today, men really want to be more present with their wives who just gave birth, and 3 days just doesn't suffice. But we are obligated to give 3 days for paternity leave. So that is one thing that we need to put on the tables and discuss. We need laws that are actually up to date with our current societal, political, and economic realities. I would like to thank Socium for this beautiful and wonderful initiative that has started, and I would like to also pledge my full support for this initiative, with every event that is going to play out. And as an HR top voice nominated by Socium, I really feel like this is not an opportunity to clap for me, but to carry this responsibility on my back, because representing Cameroon as an HR professional to the world is a lot. We have a lot of things we need to show to the world that we as Cameroonians carry in our identity. We have our best practices that fit our context, that we also want to let the world know that this is Cameroon, this is how we manage HR, this is how employees feel seen, feel heard in companies in Cameroon. And to me, this is the best means to be able to talk to the world through Socium, through being an HR voice. And I would like to say thank you for this opportunity too.